Am I the jerk for refusing to give up my first class seat for my pregnant sister-in-law? A few weeks ago, my husband, 35M, and I, 32F, planned a vacation to Europe. We booked everything months in advance, including first class seats for the 10-hour flight. We don't fly often, but we had saved up for this trip. And since I have chronic back issues, flying economy for that long would have been miserable. Enter my brother, 38M, and his wife, 36F, who is currently 6 months pregnant. They weren't originally supposed to come, but after hearing about our trip, they decided to book last minute tickets and join us. Cool, no problem. Except they could only afford economy seats. Again, not my issue. Fast forward to the day of the flight. As soon as we got to the gate, my sister-in-law started dropping hints about how uncomfortable she was going to be in economy. Then, just before boarding, my brother outright asked if I'd be willing to switch seats with sister-in-law so she could rest and stretch out during the flight. I was honestly shocked and said, "No, we paid for these seats months ago and I need it for my back." Sister-in-law looked upset and started saying she was going to be so cramped and that it wasn't fair, since I wasn't pregnant. My brother then said, "Come on, it's just basic human decency." At this point, my husband stepped in and said, "If she's uncomfortable, you should have booked her a better seat. That is not our problem." We boarded while my brother and sister-in-law glared at us and they barely spoke to us the entire trip. When we landed, I got a text from my mom saying I was selfish for not giving up my seat and that I should have prioritized family over comfort. She said I should have just sat with my husband in economy. Since he was already there, he prefers economy because he sleeps easily on flights. I told her if it was that important, she could reimburse me for my ticket. Cue radio silence. Now my brother and sister-in-law are still annoyed, and my mom is making passive-aggressive comments about how I don't care about family. Am I the jerk for keeping the seat I paid for instead of giving it to my pregnant sister-in-law?
Hey guys, welcome back to Chatter and Clatter. I'm B.
And I'm D.
This one is a doozy, not really.
Wait, so what do you think? She paid for
uh,
it. First class seat
she
for
paid for
herself.
it. How much is a first class seat? Like 10 grand?
10 grand. And she paid for it
Euro?
because she has problems with her back, right? That's why she paid
No,
for
not
it.
10 grand. Let me actually look it up.
How much?
It's like 6 grand.
6 grand.
7 grand.
And they said they prepared for it months in advance so she could travel comfortably for her bad
Yeah,
back.
yeah, she had a bad back, she said, right?
Yes, it's for her
If
back.
if I'm spending 7 grand on a seat, I don't care if you're pregnant. I don't care. Like I paid for it. Unless you wanna pay me back, then that's a different thing, you know?
Yeah, that's right. No, these people, they just wanted something free. They just wanted free stuff. They wanted to get her free first class seat.
And the fact that they're just like they didn't even I don't think they even asked. They just were like, "Oh, we're tagging along." Like,
Yes, they just assumed that they will be given the first class seat because, the sister-in-law is pregnant.
if you want
That's
first
so
class seat, maybe
bad.
you should pay for them. I
I
know.
don't understand. They're the ones who planned for this. It's like it's their trip as newlyweds. Were they
Yeah.
newlyweds? So it's like
No, no, I don't think
they're not. So it's a trip,
that.
husband
It's
and
just a
wife trip.
trip. And it doesn't
Yes.
matter if they're newlyweds.
A trip
But
between a husband and wife. They planned for this for a long time and then come along and
it
sister-in-law and then brother and then they just
knows.
last minute the sister-in-law and the brother will be joining them and then they
I
will
know.
be taking the first class seat. Just like that.
And it's her sister-in-law, not even her real sister, you know?
They would have maybe asked, not like, "Oh, just give me your first class seat. Don't you feel bad for me? I'm pregnant." You know what I'm
That's what
saying?
they did, right? If they were like, "I'm sorry, like we didn't get first class seats, like we'll pay you back." Even then, I'm
Yes.
like, I booked this in advance. I paid already, you know.
Now we planned for this. You guys are the ones who
And,
joined last minute. It's not.
and
It's
it's
not my
not like,
problem.
yeah, it's not like she's just riding first class as a flex. She
It's
has
for
a
her.
bad back. She knows she has a bad back.
Yes, and it's only for herself. Her husband is
And it's
riding
only for
economy.
herself, not even her husband's in coach.
It's a 10
Yeah.
hour flight.
Right? Maybe if it's like the husband is also in first class, you
Maybe the
know.
husband can give it to the pregnant sister-in-law.
Maybe the
Maybe.
husband can give it to the sister-in-law. But like, no, if you're uncomfortably pregnant on a flight. And maybe you should have thought of that before tagging along, right?
Exactly. Probably when they heard,
Like she had first class seats of like, oh, we could probably cop that. I'll use a
yeah,
pregnant excuse.
yes, probably when they heard that they were traveling, they'd be like, "Oh my god, I'll go along with you," without planning for anything. There are people like that. They don't plan anything, and they just think that when they get there, everything will work just fine. I hear even the
Even
mother. So she said,
the
right? She
mother.
mentioned that you can pay for it, right? You can pay for my first class seat, and then the mother didn't say anything.
Yeah.
They just want a free first class seat, and I hate
No,
that. I hate that.
not how it works, unfortunately.
Imagine
Like,
if
yeah,
that was
you should
you.
consider you're uncomfortably pregnant on a
It's
flight
it's so
before you should.
frustrating that just because they're family, they just think that they can get all of that for free.
Yeah.
They're so, I guess, privileged. Maybe they're thinking it's like a family privilege.
They think if you're family, then boundaries don't matter, right? Which is unfortunate because, yeah, you'll give more concessions to family, but it doesn't mean that they can just trample on your boundaries like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
And not even the fact that it's like expensive, not even the fact like it's a first class seat to Europe, and not even the fact like they've been
Maybe they
planning
would
it
have
for
talked.
months. Then these people just tag along, and hijack their plan.
Maybe if they would have asked nicely, maybe the OP would have changed her mind.
No, even
Maybe,
if you ask
that's a
nicely,
hard
no.
maybe.
And it's the fact that they expected her to say yes. Not even like, oh, just ask for the hell of it. If she says no, it's okay. It's whatever.
Mm.
No, it's like they asked and they're mad that you said no.
Why did you even
Not
ask, right?
because they expected her to say yes. It's that expectation is so stupid. It's not necessarily bad to ask,
Mm-hmm.
right?
It's
Be like,
not.
oh, maybe she'll say yes, right?
Yes,
Or
but what's
maybe
bad is that if you didn't get the answer that you're looking for, you're mad.
you don't deserve to be mad.
They already have like their mindset at a particular answer that they want.
That's the annoying part. It's not even the fact that like asking for the seat. I guess it's whatever because you can ask for something, but the fact that you're expecting it that you're gonna get a yes and then you get mad when they say no.
Yes.
That's ridiculous, to be honest, and not respect their boundaries. Right? The fact
Hmm.
that they're villainizing her afterwards to their family.
Exactly. They're already the ones who are trying to tag along last minute. They're trying to take her seat, and now they're mad. These
Like
people.
maybe you would
These
have
people.
considered before hijacking
Exactly.
some.
Yes, exactly. For trying to tag along.
So annoying. That sense of entitlement.
But if this happened
Oh,
to me, I'll be more pissed off. What do you think? Is the OP the jerk here?
hell nah. Everything they did was in their rights.
The OP is
Like,
definitely not the jerk here.
no.
Definitely. Yes, they
Maybe you
should
should
have.
have got pregnant, huh?
Maybe you should not have gotten pregnant. Yes.
Maybe you should just wait until after.
And then expected a princess treatment. So
Like,
no, OP is definitely not the jerk here.
not the asshole.
Yep, definitely not.
Verdict is in, lads. What do you think? Write in the comments. Tell us what you think. Is OP the asshole? And again, I'm B.
And I'm due.
And see you next time.
Bye.